up and welcome y'all. It's Brandy here with another reaction video. Today we're here with George Carlin again, my favorite philosopher so far. Life is worth losing. Dumb Americans. One thing about this man, he is not scared to speak his mind and say what he wanna say. So let's get right into this video, okay?
About America, land of the free, home of the brave. We got some dumbass motherfuckers floating around this country. Dumbass motherfuckers, you know? Yeah. Now, obviously, that doesn't include this audience. I understand that. You seem intelligent and perceptive, but the rest of them, holy jumping fucking shitballs. Dumber than a second coat of paint. And this ain't just ranting and raving. This ain't just blowing off steam. I got a little evidence to support my claim. It just seems to me, that only a really low IQ population could have taken this beautiful continent, this magnificent American landscape that we inherited. Well, actually, we stole it from the Mexicans and the Indians, but hey, it was nice when we stole it. It looked pretty good. It was pristine. Paradise. Have you seen it lately? Have you taken a good look at it lately? It's fucking embarrassing. Only a nation of unenlightened half-wits could have taken this beautiful place and turned it into what it is today, a shopping mall. A big fucking shopping mall.
I know I'm not the only one who's ever thought about what the world would have been if we did not have all these buildings of Walmart, malls, restaurants, and stuff like that. Like how back in the day it was literally the only buildings that was really here was homes. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I explain this for a way that y'all can understand what I'm thinking in my mind? A world without all these factories, all this pollution, these cars. What would life have been like? Could life have sustained without everything that we have today? I mean, it did years ago, thousands of years ago and stuff like that. But could it last in 2022? Let me know in the comments if you know what I'm trying to say. If you understand a little bit, just even a little bit of what I'm trying to explain in my mind. Because I know somebody out there is going to catch it, and I thank you in advance. Because I know you're gonna get what I'm saying. Let's get back into this video.
You know that's all you got. That's all you've got here, folks. Mile after mile of mall after mall. Many, many malls, major malls and mini malls. They put the mini malls in between the major malls. And in between the mini malls, they put the mini marts. And in between the mini marts, you got the car lots, gas stations, muffler shops, laundromats, cheap hotels, fast food joints, strip clubs, and dirty bookstores. America the Beautiful, one big transcontinental commercial cesspool. And how do the people feel about all this? How do the people feel about living in a coast-to-coast shopping mall? Well, they think it's just fucking dandy. They think it is cool as can be because Americans love the mall. They love the mall. That's where they get to satisfy their two most prominent addictions at the same time: shopping and eating. Millions of semi-conscious Americans day after day shuffling through the malls, shopping and eating, especially eating. Americans love to eat. They are fatally attracted to the slow death of fast food. Hot dogs, corn dogs, triple bacon cheeseburgers, deep fried butter dipped in pork fat and cheese whiz, mayonnaise soaked barbecued mozzarella patty melts. Americans will eat anything. If you were selling sauteed raccoons' assholes on a stick, Americans would buy them and eat them, especially if you dipped them in butter and put a little salsa on them. This country is big time, pig time. Forget the bald eagle. You know what the national emblem of this country ought to be? A big bowl of macaroni and cheese. A big bowl, because everything in this country is king size. King size, extra large, and super jumbo, especially the fucking people. Have you seen some of the people in this country? Have you taken a good look at some of these big fat motherfuckers walking around? Big fat motherfuckers.
I can only imagine how uncomfortable an obese person sitting in that audience could have been at that time.
Oh my God. Huge piles of redundant protoplasm lumbering through the malls like a fleet of interstate buses. The people in this country are immense, massive bellies, monstrous thighs, and big fat fucking asses. And if you stand there for a minute and you look at one of them, you begin to wonder, how does this woman take a shit? How does she shit? And even more frightening, how does she wipe her ass? Can she even locate her asshole?
Don't get me wrong, y'all. I rock with George Carlin, but I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm a little uncomfortable right now with the obese jokes. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I can only imagine how uncomfortable someone who is obese that's sitting in that audience could be right now. They come in to think they're hearing something educational. You know what I'm saying? Educational jokes, but they become a joke. Like not even knowing, coming in there, not knowing that they would become the jokes. It would be another thing added onto their life where it makes them feel unsatisfied with themselves, because not all obese people are satisfied with being obese. Yes, being obese is unhealthy, and I know some people, they may not make progress towards that change of not being obese, or whatever the case may be. Not everybody is happy or satisfied, just okay with being obese. And people that try to hide that type of pain within themselves, being in that audience, like, I just feel for them right now, because it's not cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not cool. It's not right to make someone else feel uncomfortable. Yeah, everybody has their own opinion, but it's the way you do things. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I rock with George Carlin very hard, but right now this is something like I cannot laugh at. I don't have agreements on with right now. Because you can make points of being obese without being mean about it. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Many of you may not agree with that, what I'm saying, but again, it's my opinion, and it's just me being, um, y'all don't, I be trying not to say the wrong words because y'all come hard in them comments. But overall, it's just me being a little sensitive to the subject. Sensitive, empathetical to other people. Is empathetical a word? Oh yeah, y'all know what I'm saying. But let's get back into this.
She must require assistance. Are paramedics trained in this field? And standing right next to her, of course, with a plate full of nachos and a mouthful of pie, is her clueless fucking husband, Joe Sixpack. With his monstrous swollen beer belly hanging dangerously out over his belt buckle, this guy ain't seen his dick since the Nixon administration. And if you stand there and you look at the two of them, you begin to wonder to yourself, do these people fuck? Is this man actually capable of fucking this woman? It doesn't seem structurally possible that these two people could achieve penetration. Maybe they're in that Cirque du Soleil or something. Telling you, the people in this country, every one of them is 50 pounds overweight. They are gargantuan. And in the summertime, God help us, in the summertime, they all want to wear short pants. Jesus, Lord, protector of all that is good and holy, deliver me from fat people in short pants. They all got short pants, big bellies, fat thighs, and dumb kids. Short pants, big bellies, fat thighs, and dumb kids. Every one of them's got two dumb-ass kids with them. And the whole family is wearing T-shirts, and every one of them's got the same T-shirt. I'm with stupid. Stopping, of course, for jelly roll and fried dough. These people are efficient, professional, compulsive consumers. It's their civic duty, consumption. It's the new national pastime. Fuck baseball, it's consumption. The only true more money for education. We need more books, more teachers, more decisions. Right away they start talking about education. Bright, folks, not too fucking bright. But if you talk to one of them about this, if you isolate one of them, you sit them down rationally, you talk.
Sorry, you guys. I was just trying to find the part where he's done talking about obese people.
Talking about the low IQs and the dumb behavior and the bad decisions. Right away, they start talking about education. That's the big answer to everything. Education. They said we need more money for education. We need more books, more teachers, more classrooms, more schools. We need more testing for the kids. You say to them, well, you know, we've tried all of that, and the kids still can't pass the test. They say, don't you worry about that. We're going to lower the passing grades. And that's what they do in a lot of these schools now. They lower the passing grades so more kids can pass. More kids pass, the school looks good, everybody's happy, the IQ of the country slips another 2 or 3 points, and pretty soon all you'll need to get into college is a fucking pencil. Got a pencil? Get the fuck in there, it's physics. Then everyone wonders why 17 other countries graduate more scientists than we do. Education. Politicians know that word. They use it on you. Politicians have traditionally hidden behind 3 things: the flag, the Bible, and children. No child left behind. No child left behind. Oh, really? Well, it wasn't long ago you were talking about giving kids a head start. Head start, left behind. Someone's losing fucking ground here. But there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively...
I feel like these people soon will be like non-existent. I feel like in a few years, the world is gonna be like, is that not a monarchy? Not a monarchy. I feel like in a few years, rules will be non-existent. I feel like rebellion will be a thing. Rules will be non-existent. Please excuse my background. Let me start the music.
accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they...
That's what I was saying. Sorry again for my background. But what I was saying was like, I feel like rebellion will be the new way of life in a few years because everybody is becoming so like open-minded to how the system F's us over. You know, with these schools, these education, like how all these schools are being shot up by kids because there is no strict gun laws. You know what I'm saying? Abortions, rape victims have to bear the child of someone who sexually assaulted them, and that will always be a traumatizing thing. You know what I'm saying? Amongst other situations that could occur that leads to a child, and then children have to be raised by parents who aren't ready, and some parents aren't mentally prepared for that. Okay, I'm a mom now. I got to get myself together. Some could be angry at that and be like, force me to have a kid. I'm gonna put this kid somewhere else. You know, I'm not gonna take care of this kid. I'm gonna neglect this child. This child is gonna grow up angry. The world is gonna grow up more depressed. It's just so much that goes on. Like everything is effed up. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he's pointing out. Everything is effed up. And what is it all about? Money, greed, and power. That's what it's about. Like in one of his in his pride lesson, he started off with saying that kids need to question everything. Kids need to understand that the world is full of BS that should be detected and avoided. It's hard to avoid the BS that the world comes with, because you have to live through it. You have to live by it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I feel like in a few years rebellion will be like the new way of life. Depression, like it's it's crazy to even think about it. It's kind of scary. Like I'm scared to have a child in this world because I just feel like the world is just gonna be terrible. We thought it was terrible from time to time, but it gets worse. You know, it gets worse. But let's get back into this video.
They own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect.
Okay, sorry, this is going to be my last top positive video. It's a few seconds left. But when those few seconds are done, I will say my closing, and that would be that. Because there's not really much more that I can say. But to touch back on the rig, on the system being rigged, again, that's why I said a few years from now, the world, like the new way of life, to be rebellion, because we all knowing that we're being effed over. It's just like no one wants to deal with that. No one wants to take that in. And when you start to talk about stuff like this, stuff happens. You know, get blocked. A lot of this stuff, they don't want to see this stuff on social media. They don't want to. They don't want people to gain the knowledge of what's really going on with society. They don't want people knowing that. They don't want people to get smart or to be woke about situations. And that's crazy because you can live by the book 110%, but it always be something that's detected that's going to turn it around to belittle another for more greed, power, and money. People are greedy. Everyone is greedy. Believe it or not, everyone is greedy. That's my personal opinion. Everyone wants something, especially things that they cannot have. We want things that we cannot have, and what we do, we try to get it by any means, right? But y'all know George Carlin. He speaks facts. He speaks facts on the BS that's detected in the world, and he's not scared to say it. But let's continue this video.
These rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Man. You know? And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on. The fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it. But say what you want about America land.
The American dream. You have to be asleep to believe it. And there's only few people that so-called live the American dream, not everybody. But I enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.